All right, Indian Home Minister Rajnath Singh is addressing the media. Let's listen in to what he has to say.
La utilitat del ple amb la resposta oportuna, que és la unitat al voltant de
की समस्या के सरकार का रवैया क्या है और साथ ही साथ इस सरकार की नीति और नीयत जम्मू कश्मीर के प्रति क्या है। उसके पश्चात मेरा भी दौरा जम्मू कश्मीर का हुआ था, 4 दिनों का दौरा हुआ था सितंबर के महीने में, और वहां लगभग 87 डेलीगेशंस के साथ मैंने बातचीत की थी और उसमें समाज के सभी वर्गों के लोग वार्ता के दौरान शामिल थे और केंद्र सरकार ने कश्मीर की समस्या के समाधान के लिए जो कन्विक्शन और कंसिस्टेंसी दिखाई है उसे आगे बढ़ाते हुए यह सरकार ने फैसला किया है कि जम्मू और कश्मीर में एक सस्टेन्ड डायलॉग प्रारंभ किया जाए और इसके लिए यह भी फैसला है कि आईबी के फॉर्मर डायरेक्टर श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा को भारत सरकार के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव के रूप में नियुक्त किया जाए। फॉर्मर डायरेक्टर आईबी श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा से आप सभी अच्छी तरह परिचित हैं। वह 1978 बैच के आईपीएस ऑफिसर हैं। अच्छा, 1979 बैच के आईपीएस ऑफिसर हैं और इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी की से रिलेटेड जो समस्याएं हैं इस देश की, उससे वह अच्छी तरह वाकिफ हैं और बराबर ऐसी इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी से रिलेटेड समस्याओं को वह डील करते रहे हैं। जम्मू कश्मीर से भी अच्छी तरह वाकिफ हैं। आईबी में रहते हुए जम्मू कश्मीर के भी काम को उन्होंने देखा है और श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा जम्मू कश्मीर के इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज, डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और व्यक्तियों के साथ बातचीत प्रारंभ करेंगे। और सस्टेन्ड इंटरेक्शन और डायलॉग के माध्यम से उनकी लेजिटिमेट एस्पिरेशंस को समझेंगे। और इसमें समाज के सभी वर्गों के साथ साथ वह जम्मू कश्मीर के यूथ की एस्पिरेशंस को समझने पर भी खास तवज्जो देंगे। और श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा बातचीत करने के बाद पूरा विवरण भारत सरकार के साथ और जम्मू कश्मीर स्टेट के साथ भी साझा करेंगे। बस मुझे इतनी जानकारी देनी थी आपको।
धन्यवाद ऑनरेबल होम मिनिस्टर सर। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद
और मैं ये भी जानकारी आपको दे दूं कि ये जो भारत सरकार के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा नियुक्त किए जा रहे हैं उनको कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी का स्टेटस हासिल होगा।
232 भारती
सर,
कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी का स्टेटस।
सर मैं इशू से थोड़ा सा हटूंगी। रिपोर्ट्स हैं कि सीबीआई स्पेशल डायरेक्टर राकेश अस्थाना की अपॉइंटमेंट।
नहीं, मैंने कहा ना केवल इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आप पूछिए, उसकी मैं रिप्लाई करूंगा।
नहीं
गृहमंत्री जी, आपने कहा सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स समाज के तो हुर्रियत कॉन्फ्रेंस को इन्वॉल्व करेंगे बात।
मैंने जितना कहना था, अब यह जो स्पेशल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव नियुक्त हुए हैं श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा, यह बात किससे बात करनी, क्या करनी, यह सब सारा फैसला उन्हीं के ऊपर छोड़ा गया है, यह पूरा अधिकार दिया गया है।
तो ये उनके पास आज़ादी रहेगी, ये आज़ादी उनके पास रहेगी कि
पूरी आज़ादी श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं उनको यह हासिल रहेगी।
सर, ये जो अभी अपॉइंट हो रहे हैं मिस्टर दिनेश्वर शर्मा, जो पिछले इंटरलोक्यूटर्स की रिपोर्ट थी उसके में तो कुछ अभी तक अमल किया नहीं गया है, तो ये किस तरह से डिफरेंट होगा?
नहीं, आप ये मानकर चलिए जो कुछ भी हम लोग करेंगे वह साफ नीति और नीयत के साथ करेंगे। और हम जम्मू कश्मीर में जो भी लोगों की एस्पिरेशंस हैं उस एस्पिरेशंस को समझेंगे और उनकी एस्पिरेशंस को कैसे फुलफिल किया जा सकता है, उनकी जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, उनके सामने जो चैलेंजेज हैं, उनका समाधान कैसे निकाला जा सकता है, इसका प्रयत्न करेंगे।
सर, सरकार से इसके पहले, सुधीर रंजन सर, इंडिया टुडे से, सरकार से इससे पहले हम लोगों को जितना समझ में आ रहा था कि कश्मीर में जिस तरफ एजिटेशन जा रहा है, इस्लामाइजेशन के तरफ जा रहा है।
किसकी तरफ?
इस्लामाइजेशन के तरफ जा रहा है। इट इज एन इस्लामिक मूवमेंट और रेडिकलाइजेशन। इज द गवर्नमेंट नाउ ऑफ द व्यू दैट दैट वाज अ रॉन्ग असेसमेंट एंड देयरफॉर यू नीड टू एंगेज द पीपल?
देखिए, अब जो भी चैलेंजेज हैं, जो भी प्रॉब्लम है जम्मू कश्मीर की, उसके संबंध में पूरी आज़ादी इस गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव श्री दिनेश्वर शर्मा को रहेगी कि उन समस्याएं हैं तो उन समस्याओं का समाधान कैसे हो सकता है, जो चैलेंजेज हैं उन चैलेंजेज को कैसे मीट आउट किया जा सकता है।
सर, आपको लगता है जब भी आप वहां पर गए, जिस तरह की बातें आपके सामने लोगों ने आकर बताई, आपको लगता है एक फॉर्मर पुलिस ऑफिसर कॉम्पिटेंट है, या ये पॉलिटिकल डायलॉग की आप लोगों को जरूरत नहीं महसूस हुई कि पॉलिटिकली इस बात को आप या कोई और नेता लीड करे?
समस्या का समाधान होना चाहिए, उद्देश्य यही है। और मैं समझता हूं ऐसा कोई व्यक्ति जिसका कि किसी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के साथ कोई भी एफिलिएशन कभी नहीं रहा है जिंदगी में, वह सर्वाधिक उपयुक्त होगा लोगों के साथ, सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के साथ और सभी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ और सभी इंडिविजुअल्स के साथ बातचीत करने के लिए।
सर, संतोष ठाकुर, दैनिक भास्कर से।
1 मिनट संतोष, वेट।
मैंने कहा कि ये पूरी आज़ादी इस रिप्रेजेंटेटिव दिनेश्वर शर्मा को होगी, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं, कि वह जिससे बात करना चाहें उसके साथ बातचीत करें, लोगों के एस्पिरेशंस को समझें और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को अवगत करें।
गृह मंत्री जी,
और कि कोई उनके ऊपर प्रतिबंध नहीं है, यह बिल्कुल मना नहीं किया गया है कि इनसे बात करनी है, इनसे बात नहीं करनी।
गृह मंत्री जी, लगातार जम्मू कश्मीर के गवर्नर को लेकर लगातार सवाल खड़ा होते रहे हैं कि उनका इस्तीफे को लेकर कई सवाल खड़े होते हैं। क्या आपको नहीं लगता है कि जरूरत है कि वहां पर नया गवर्नर को नियुक्त किया जाए ताकि जो है वहां पर बेहतर तरीके से और वहां पर कामकाज हो सके?
इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट है और गवर्नर हैं वहां पर, क्या करना, कैसे करना, ये सब समय समय पर जो चीजें होती जाएंगी उसकी आपको जानकारी मिलती रहेगी।
राजनाथ सिंह जी, आई एम सिटिंग हियर 203 दीपक दीवान, नॉर्थ ईस्ट सन। मेरा सवाल ये है कि हाल में ही आपने दिनेश्वर शर्मा जी को इंटरलोक्यूटर अपॉइंट किया था मणिपुर के जो ग्रुप्स हैं KNO और UPF से बातचीत करने के लिए। इनफैक्ट कल ही उनकी कल वो मीटिंग होनी है, तो वो क्या उसके लिए अब आप कोई दूसरा इंटरलोक्यूटर लगाएंगे या
अब देखेंगे उसका अल्टरनेटिव क्या हो सकता है, उस पर विचार करेंगे।
लास्ट क्वेश्चन देयर, 1 मिनट होल्ड ऑन, यू हैव आस्क्ड दैट, प्लीज।
सर, इनका टाइम पीरियड क्या होगा? क्या कोई समयावधि है, कब तक रिपोर्ट देना है या क्या?
देखिए, अब निश्चित समयावधि नहीं बतलाई जा सकती कि उनको 3 महीने, 6 महीने, 8 महीने, माने सभी के साथ बातचीत करनी है। अब बातचीत में कितना समय लगता है इसके संबंध में कोई निश्चित समय नहीं बतलाया जा सकता।
बस करो। दैट्स द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, रविंद्र 121। He has to go for another function.
राजनाथ जी, एक छोटा सवाल है कि पिछले 3-3.5 साल में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी हो या गृह मंत्री राजनाथ सिंह या दूसरे मंत्री, जम्मू कश्मीर के कई दौरे किए, कई बार बातचीत किए, कई घोषणाएं किए। क्या आपको लग रहा है 3.5 साल बाद कोई पॉलिटिकल सॉल्यूशन नहीं निकल पाया जम्मू कश्मीर के, इसलिए स्पेशल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को नियुक्त करना पड़ा है?
नहीं, वैसे मैं आपको याद दिलाना चाहता हूं कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने भी सभी राजनीतिक पार्टी के नेताओं से भी बातचीत की, कैसे समाधान निकल सकता है, क्या करना चाहिए, क्या कदम उठाना चाहिए, आपका क्या सुझाव है। और मैं जानकारी आपको देना चाहता हूं कि अधिकांश लोगों ने यह कहा कि बातचीत का सिलसिला प्रारंभ करना चाहिए। तो इस आधार पर हम लोगों ने यह फैसला किया है और इसका संकेत हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने 15 अगस्त को लाल किले के प्राचीर से दे दिया था, यह कहते हुए कि जम्मू कश्मीर की समस्या का समाधान न गाली से न गोली से होगा, बल्कि लोगों को गले लगाकर होगा।
So we'll conclude this press conference, friends. I thank the
All right, so you were listening to Indian Home Minister Rajnath Singh there addressing the media. And just to bring our viewers up to speed with the latest from his live media conference in New Delhi, India has appointed a new special interlocutor for the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The interlocutor's name is Dineshwar Sharma, who is a former Indian Police Service officer, and he has been mandated to talk to all sections of the Kashmiri society, including elected representatives, political parties, organizations, individuals, and the youth in particular, according to Mr. Rajnath Singh there. And he will start his mandate immediately with immediate effect, and that he will have the status of an Indian Cabinet Secretary rank official, and that he will share his report going forward with New Delhi and Srinagar. So this is the big news coming out of New Delhi at this hour. India has appointed a special interlocutor for the state of Jammu and Kashmir to carry out a domestic dialogue with all the stakeholders in Jammu and Kashmir, including elected representatives, political parties, organizations, individuals, and the youth in particular. And the talks will be led by Dineshwar Sharma, a former director of the Intelligence Bureau of India, and he will commence his task with immediate effect. And the government also has not set any timeline for his report to be presented, and he has full freedom, as Mr. Singh said there, to talk to anyone in Jammu and Kashmir. All right, just to bring our viewers up to speed with the latest news coming in from New Delhi, where Indian Home Minister Rajnath Singh has announced the appointment of a special interlocutor for carrying out what he calls a sustained dialogue in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. The interlocutor's name is Dineshwar Sharma, a former director of the Indian Intelligence Bureau. And Mr. Singh says the interlocutor will have the mandate and the freedom to talk to the cross-section of the Jammu and Kashmir society, including elected representatives and political parties. All right, for more of this, I'm now joined by my colleague Karthikeya Sharma on the phone from New Delhi. Good afternoon, Karthikeya. We just heard Rajnath Singh's press conference there live, and fill us in on the details of what this news means and its implications going forward.
I think it's a major, I would say, U-turn on part of the BJP government, because BJP had taken a very strong position when it comes to the Kashmiris. And from that point of view, I would say, for them to take a position where they appoint Dineshwar Sharma as a representative and opening the doors for him to speak to anyone, whether it's Hurriyat or whether it is any other party, is, I would say, is a big U-turn. But secondly, I would also say that this has to be seen in context that the problem in Kashmir is almost out of hand. And for them to allow a sustained dialogue is a way to normalize the situation in Delhi. I think my understanding is that it is an attempt to normalize situation in Delhi, which has been completely out of hand for past 2 years. So I would say that in context of this, Ramesh, it's a good step, but it also tells you that hubris and strong-arm tactics do not work in long run in politics.
Right. Karthik, stay on. We are now joined by Mr. Rahul Jalali, a senior journalist who is well-versed in Jammu and Kashmir affairs. Good afternoon, Mr. Jalali. Good to have you back on Beyond. We've just heard Rajnath Singh address the media there in New Delhi and talking about the appointment of a special interlocutor for Jammu and Kashmir to carry out what he calls a sustained dialogue. What do you make of this announcement?
Well, I think it was on the cards for those who understand what the BJP was doing. Let's not forget that last month, Rajnath Singh was in Kashmir and he talked about that they are going to start some kind of negotiations. He was quickly followed by the BJP interlocutor for Kashmir, Mr. Ram Madhav, who gave an interview saying that they're going to start a dialogue process. And not only that, he said that they will include Hurriyat in that dialogue process. This is precisely what Mr. Rajnath Singh has said today in his presser, that they are appointing Mr. Mishra as the interlocutor for Kashmir, and the dialogue would be started, and that Hurriyat will also not be shunned from this dialogue process. So for those who look at Kashmir closely, this was on the cards. Enough indication had been given. This is according to a new game plan, which I think was thought of about 2 months ago.
Mr. Jalali, we saw the latest round of violence spiral out of control, as it were, in the valley from July of last year, since the killing of a terrorist in the valley. And since then, we've seen many incidents of violence erupt in the Kashmir Valley. Would you say, therefore, in the appointment of a special interlocutor now for Jammu and Kashmir, the government might be taking a U-turn or a 180-degree turn from its stated position?
No, I won't look at it this way because, you see, it was inevitable that the government will start a dialogue process sometime or the other. Don't forget that they have signed an agenda of alliance with PDP, where the process of dialogue is contained in the agenda of alliance. There was enough pressure from their alliance partner to start this dialogue process. The government, I don't think, is going to let go when it comes to its anti-terror operations in Kashmir.
Right.
The signs on the ground don't suggest that they are easing up on the pedal, but I think that will continue. Along with that, they have appointed an interlocutor who would start with talking to people in Kashmir.
Right.
Now, the problem before this process is that I don't know whether the government has done its homework. Who will they be talking to? Have they identified any groups? That is something which I'm not aware of, and what my reports suggest that as yet no great groundwork on this score has been done in Kashmir.
All right, Mr. Jalali.
I hope that this dialogue process doesn't also go the same way as the UPA appointed interlocutors who were boycotted by main sort of people in Kashmir. So they ended up producing a status report on Kashmir, which was yet another one and was buried in the basket. I hope this process also doesn't end up the same way.
All right, Mr. Jalali, do stay on. And I'm joined by two more guests on this bulletin. Radha Kumar, a former interlocutor herself for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and also Mr. Kuldeep Khora, former police officer. Good afternoon to both of you, and thank you for joining us on WION this afternoon. If I can come to you, Ms. Kumar, first, would you say this is a welcome development, the appointment of a special interlocutor in Mr. Dineshwar Sharma for Jammu and Kashmir?
Yes, well, I cannot comment on the person, but let me say that it is certainly welcome that the government has expressed a commitment to dialogue and that they have appointed someone to conduct it. By the way, I was listening to what Rahul Jalali just said about our mission. I think that the issue over here, which has been an issue all along, is that the Hurriyat, for a formal or an open dialogue, have always said that they would like to do it at either the prime ministerial level or at the level of the deputy prime minister, which was a post that was created under the Vajpayee government. And if you recall, they had several rounds of dialogue with Mr. Advani. Then, of course, the BJP lost the elections, and so that dialogue came to an end.
Right, Ms. Kumar, do stay on. If I can bring in my other guest, Mr. Khora, into the discussion. Mr. Khora, would you welcome this development, and how do you see the latest phase of sustained dialogue with all the stakeholders in Jammu and Kashmir panning out in the days ahead?
From my side, in my opinion, dialogue is always welcome. But the point is that there have been several side dialogues and several interlocutors have been appointed in the past also, including Mr. Padgaonkar, the late Mr. Padgaonkar, and Radha Kumar, who is on the other line. She has also done a lot of work in the progress of arranging dialogue with all sorts of people, all shades of people rather. And prior to that, there were other working groups also which had formulated their recommendations. In the past, there has been not much headway been made on the recommendations made by various interlocutors or various groups which have talked to separatists.
Right.
Now, this time also the separatists are the separatists who matter actually are towing the line from across the border. They are towing the line, whatever is asked to them, whatever they are asked to do, they follow that line. So unless some sort of understanding is also reached at the Ministry of External Affairs with the Pakistan establishment, particularly the Pakistan Army and the ISI.
Right.
I'm not sure how much headway can be made by the interlocutors in dialogue with the separatists. As far as talking with the mainstream parties or other shades of people is concerned, well, that will, of course, make a headway, but that is not going to result in any sort of resolution of the Kashmir issue.
Yeah, fair point, Mr. Khodda. Do stay on. I want to pose another question to both of you. First to Ms. Kumar. Ms. Kumar, while both of you are welcoming this appointment and the resumption of what has been described as sustained dialogue with all stakeholders in Kashmir and Jammu, what about the choice of the interlocutor? I mean, would this interlocutor be vested with the necessary mandate to talk to carry out a political dialogue? What about the political parties, elected representatives? Do you think this might pose a problem going forward?
No, I don't think it will necessarily pose a problem. Let me put it one way. The little that I know about him, he has some experience in dialogue, having conducted one in Assam. Hopefully that will stand him in good stead. He has been given the rank of a cabinet minister, secretary, as I understand it from the press conference.
Yes, that's right.
And so that is, they are conscious, let me put it, that status is an important issue. The second point over here is that I presume that his task will be to convey to the government what steps need to be taken.
Right.
So one may hope that there's a seamless channel of communication. That becomes very important. Mr. Khodda has rightly pointed out that action is very important, and there have been huge problems, as we've seen, in action both on our report and on previous reports.
Right.
And that question of political will, which is the question you're really asking,
exactly.
Is how is he going to be in the position to muster the political will?
Right.
Well, at the decision-making level, I can only say that I genuinely, sincerely, truly and desperately hope that he can, because this has gone on far too long and the situation has got worse every year.
Right.
And it's absolutely essential that government shows political will.
Shows political will. Your point taken, Ms. Kumar. If I can just bring...
May I just say one more thing?
Yeah, please carry on. Please carry on.
It's equally important that opposition supports the consensus-building effort on doing the right thing for Jammu and Kashmir.
Right.
I hope that they do not engage in the kind of politics of criticism and useless criticism that the previous opposition did to the UPA. And that would be one message. Let me also say one other thing. You know, when we were completing our mission, I can't tell you the number of people who came to us and said, look, we really want the institution of dialogue to be kept alive, irrespective. Of course, we want action, but dialogue in itself is also a form of action. And I think that is a message that very unfortunately both the current and the previous government did not take on board. And so this very ugly set of disappointment, cynicism, anger, and a sense of helplessness set in a worse way than it had before.
Right, Ms. Kumar, your point is well taken, a fair point you're making, but unfortunately you have completely run out of time on this bulletin. I want to thank you, Ms. Kumar, Mr. Khodda, also my former guest, Mr. Jalali, and my colleague, Kartikeya Sharma, for joining us on this bulletin.